Welcome back to another episode of Two-Headed Sportscast. I'm Jataivons Gibson with my colleague Ty Hoffman.
Hey, sir, welcome back to another podcast. So let's get straight into it. So the first topic is that on the NFC and AFC championship games. First, we're going to go over the 205 game on Packers and Buccaneers. The Buccaneers won 31-26. What do you have to say about this game?
Who's the GOAT? Yes, sir. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He did have a bad second half, but two of his picks were he literally just threw it up because pressure got in. Again, Aaron Rodgers cannot play from behind. I think we all know that. He struggles to do that. And he still had opportunities to still win this game.
Two of them off of Jair's interceptions. Didn't do shit with it. Nothing.
Yeah, definitely had a chance to come back in this game and take the lead. He didn't run it in on 3rd and goal. He didn't even try to run. He threw a bad ball.
He had a wide open running lane. Touchdown.
I don't know if he gets a touchdown there, but I think he gets at least inside the 3. Matt LaFleur kicking the field goal. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Like, I understand. Like, you have 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. If Aaron gets inside the 3, he goes for it.
Against Tom Brady, though.
Yeah, that you're going against the greatest quarterback of all time on the another side.
So you have to go for it.
But 4th and goal from the 9-yard line is way worse than 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. So this game, I think it's 25%, 25% Matt LaFleur. What do I want to say?
No, it's 100% Kevin King's fault. He sucked.
I'm going to get there with Kevin King. It's about like 30% on Aaron Rodgers and then
45%
on the defense.
Not the defense, Kevin King.
Well, not the defense. Mike Pettin and Kevin King. But just a great game from that Buccaneers defense, and then Tom Brady played great when he needed to.
And getting into Kevin King, he was getting lit up. Like, it was 2 touchdowns. He had that pass interference call that won the Buccaneers the game. He just trade him. Get him out of there. That's why they lost. Get him out of there.
There was a lot of missed calls this game. I mean, they were just
like
letting
holding on the pass interference.
Huh?
Just like him holding on the pass interference.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that was pass interference, really. That was more of holding.
And see, another thing is, I remember who else. I think it was Whitehead. He was holding on to Lazard the whole time. From what you were saying, they were fighting. They were not holding. He was holding him, pulling him, and then Lazard broke off, and then he pulled him again.
I mean, they were letting him hand fight all game. I mean, there was calls on the other side too that didn't go for the Patriots. I mean,
Buccaneers, not Patriots.
But at the end, yeah, even for the Buccaneers, my fault. But on the other side, I mean, the last play of the game, everybody saw his jersey get absolutely tore back like 5 yards. So yeah, that was your thoughts on it.
Our next game.
What's your thoughts on the game? You didn't even say anything, idiot.
Aaron Rodgers he didn't step up when he needed to. Those 2 interceptions that Jair got could have been 2 touchdowns, which would have won them the game. But instead, in the red zone, Rodgers targeted Adams almost every single pass, and they were covering Adams specifically. He had Marquez Valdez-Scantling open, Lazard, Tunyon, and he was just looking for Adams. People say that they don't have a receiving core. They have a good-ass receiving core. But all he targets is for is really Adams in that game.
He force feeds him the ball.
Hmm?
He force feeds him the ball.
Yeah, that's it. They barely ran the ball. And when their top runner was Aaron Jones, 6 carries, 27 yards. They needed to run the ball. They didn't run the ball. Aaron Rodgers could have had a touchdown first down when he had that wide open gap on third and goal, 3rd and 10, whatever it was.
And a lot of people are blaming Aaron Jones for his fumble. Right at the start, like, you take that hit. Like,
right. You take the hit and tell me how it feels.
A lot of players in the NFL take that hit and don't hold on to the ball. I've seen it enough times this season alone, let alone just the whole time I've been watching football. So
Just like it's not fair to target the running back when he only gets 6 carries and 27 yards. They could have been a big factor in the game if they actually handed off the ball.
and the Packers, their whole game plan, they just kept running it inside when they needed to run it to the outside. When they ran it and ran plays to the outside, they got more effective.
And then another thing is if Tom Brady played
Billy Turner is complete dog shit.
the left tackle.
If he's not false starting, then he's getting absolutely blown up. And they missed hella false starts that he did. I mean, I saw many times that he just backed up. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a false start.
Another thing is if Tom Brady plays like he did to get yesterday against the Packers, they're not beating the Chiefs.
Well, if he can keep playing how he played in the first half,
it was good. If he can play like that, he can win. But if he plays second half, they're losing by at least 2 touchdowns. 3.
I mean, those 2 picks, I don't think that's really on Brady. He was just trying to throw it up there because he didn't want to take a sack.
And also, if they had, Antonio Brown, it would have been a big factor in this game too, to where he went on them picks.
They could have used him way more in the slot. He didn't really target Gronk. He targeted Gronk near the end of the game. That set up the field goal.
A 27-yard game, that's it.
That set up that field goal.
All right, and then the second game, Chiefs.
Shout out to Leonard Fournette. He had dog.
All right, Chiefs and Bills. You can take the lead on this one too.
So I got this one completely wrong. I thought the Bills were the hottest team in football. I thought the Chiefs would struggle in the red zone. They put 5 for 5 in the red zone. I mean, Mahomes, even with turf toe, played like Mahomes. Travis Kelce played a big factor. So did Tyreek Hill, and those are 2 players you have to stop, and they just didn't stop them. So,
disclaimer: I went 0-2 in these championship rounds. Jataivons went 1-1.
I'm 8-4. I'm 8-4. He's 2-10. Man's can't get nothing right.
I'll make better picks next year. When the Colts get Matthew Stafford is the day that I go on ESPN and become a football analyst. I'll know everything then.
Josh Allen. I mean, he started to look like Josh Allen from a couple years ago. I mean,
his rookie year,
these past 2 games, I mean, I think the moment just got too big for him. And I think that Buffalo of old, like them losing 4 straight Super Bowl to that team's mentality that they can lose another big game like this, and they did.
And another big factor in this game was Buffalo's running game. Josh Allen was their leading rusher with 7 rushes and 88 yards. Singletary didn't get going. I don't think Moss was playing.
I think he might have. I don't remember.
No, because they were running TJ Yeldon. Singletary needed to get going.
Chilled out this game. Pretty much just chilled out this.
I feel like that the Bills are going to come back next year and be a 1 seed.
They could. They definitely could.
I feel like if they sign Bud Dupree, they can 100% be a 1 seed. They need an edge, like a younger sort of edge.
I don't know. I thought he was supposed to help. He did not help, really. He's been playing good. The Bills were
one of the worst tight end defenses, and you can't be that when Travis Kelce's on the field.
Yeah.
You just can't be.
The next one is UFC 257. Man, these are some good.
All right, I just want to point out one thing. In the Ribs and Rodriguez fight, the Ribas and Rodriguez fight, the ref messed it up completely. Rodriguez would have had like a whole ass 30-second knockout in the second round if he didn't call it sooner. She was beating her. It was over, and he didn't call it. He just sat there and sat there watching her face get beat down.
He was allowed. A lot of these refs were allowing people to get beat up. Only ref that really didn't allow somebody to get beat up was Conor McGregor. He immediately called it.
He was done. And then Makhmud Muradov versus Andrew Sanchez, round 3, 254. Maximum won in a TKO. That shit was brutal. That shit was brutal.
Mans was lost in the sauce.
Sanchez got an early start, and he like he said,
Sanchez
he got.
Sanchez looked good early,
And he won the two first
got
rounds.
Then he got
He won round 1 and 2, and then he got lost because he won those 2 rounds and he got knocked out.
I was watching a lot of the prelims fights. Those ones were good too.
Then Joanne Caldwell versus Jessica I.
There was a lot more like ground technique and a lot of clinch and takedowns in those ones.
And Joanne Caldwell versus Jessica I. Caldwell won from a unanimous decision. I feel like I could have won this one way earlier because she had Cole on the ground, didn't really get to where the position that she needed to do to get her on the ground to finish her. But I feel like that she could have won this fight if she played it more technical.
Yeah.
Then Michael Chandler versus Dan Hooker. Michael Chandler won TKO round 1, 230. Michael Chandler has the biggest balls in the universe. He challenged Poirier, McGregor, and Khabib in his first UFC fight. How are you going to do that?
And he's going to get his shit rocked.
He's not beating any of them. I don't care how bad Conor looks. He's not beating any of them.
I mean, I talk a lot of balls, for him to do that, but I just don't see it. He needs a couple more fights under his belt for me to actually, if he can knock out like three more opponents,
then you can call out Khabib, Conor, and Dustin, but not after that fight.
Yeah, this has been a good past couple months for a fight, just UFC, boxing, all that. It's been good.
And then the main event, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier won round 2 in a TKO with 232 minutes in the round. Conor got his shit rocked. As soon as he got on that cage, I knew that it was done. Hold on. And as I was talking about, Conor McGregor got his shit rocked. As soon as he was on that cage, I knew it was over. Poirier started swinging, and McGregor was trying to throw his elbows, missed every single one of them, laid him out. And I've seen a lot of Nate Robinson and Conor McGregor memes. They're hilarious. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Conor was looking good early on. I mean, I was convinced that Conor could have won.
And then his calf got the best of him.
I didn't believe like the hype going in. Everybody was like, "Oh, Dustin will lose. Dustin will get knocked out first round." I'm like, McGregor, he's gonna look good in that first round, but
I was watching YouTube videos, and it was like Conor McGregor will win round 1 TKO, and I went to the comment section and commented, "It was here after Poirier lost."
A lot of people were saying, first round, first minute of them fighting. I just didn't see it. Conor's been out. Dustin's been very dominant since Conor's really been gone. So I mean,
and Conor had a bad calf too. He had an injured calf.
Conor's been down these past couple fights, man. Let's see if he actually accepts the Jake Paul fight.
All right. Getting into college basketball. Jataivons doesn't really watch college basketball, but I do. So Blue Blood struggling is like the main name, topic, whatever it is. This is the first time in a while that Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina haven't been in the top 25. Been a long time. So Duke has started out 5-5. They're unranked right now. Their high score is Matthew Hurt, 19.4 points per game. Everybody else needs to step up for them to get wins. They can't make top 25 having a negative record, and they can't have Matthew Hurt scoring almost every single point. Not every single point, but more than a quarter of the points. They need to have people step up on that team. Then Kentucky, horrible start. They're 5-9 right now.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Are you college basketball, and the fact that I'm seeing these four struggling is absolutely surprising to me. I would have never guessed for the next 25 years any of these teams would be struggling. But they're struggling now, and that's crazy. I think it's because there's a lot of lack of stars really in college basketball. If you really look at it, I mean, Zion was the last big star in college basketball, and I think it's because a lot of college rules, a lot of college, people can't get paid in college. A lot of people want to go, maybe the G League and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my whole take on why maybe they could be struggling.
Yeah, and then the next game.
I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right, and the next team, Kentucky, and Kentucky's been playing terrible. They started out 1-4. They're 5-9 right now. They're unranked. Their high score is Brandon Boston Jr., scoring 12.4 points per game. I don't know what happened to Kentucky. I don't know who they lost, what they did, but they're just horrible with all their good stars that they have had before, like Bam, Harrow, Murray. No. They just need to step up. They need to get their record up. If they go positive and maybe go on like a 5-6 game winning streak, maybe they can get peaked into the top 25, but I just don't feel like that they would peak into the top 25. Another team that's not in the top 25 is North Carolina. They're 10-5, the only team with a positive record that's not really, that I'm surprised that's not ranked. Their high score is Armando Bacot, scoring 12 points per game. Everybody on that team needs to step up too. If they win 2 or 3 more games, they'll be top 25, but I felt that they are very overrated right now because they're past and how good they've been, but I felt that they're not leading up to the standard. Then Kansas, they're 10-5. They're 15th ranked, but they've lost 3 in a row currently. This is their first time since 2013. Big player, as what I would say, big players make big time plays. No big time players are making big time plays. It's just that they need the help from everybody, the bench, everybody that they need to score to start winning more games, get back on track and get back into the top 10 ranking. All right, and then the next topic is the Super Bowl predictions. Obviously, we said before it's the Chiefs and the Buccaneers, but I have the Buccaneers winning 32-29. What do you have? I didn't get your take.
I mean, I really don't. I really don't know. I don't want to bet against either quarterback because so far I bet against Mahomes and he's been successful. And I've learned a long time ago never bet against Brady because, I mean, 6 Super Bowls, 10 Super Bowl appearances. I mean,
About to be 7.
if I have to go with it, I'll say Tom pulls it out. I know that's crazy because the Chiefs have won against Tom Brady the past 2 times he's faced them, but I think what was it? It was a game. It was like week 11. It was week 12 right before the Buccaneers went on a bye and the Chiefs beat them. It was like 27-24, but it was Chiefs went up like 21-0 at one point. Tyreek Hill was toasting him in the first half. But Brady and them came back towards the end. Chiefs only scored 6 points for the rest of the game. And I think they could. I don't see Tom Brady, back when he beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. He made sure what was like 3 third downs. He made sure he started on the third downs. He was not giving that ball back to Patrick Mahomes, and I think that could happen in the Super Bowl. And we could have controversy if it goes to overtime and Tom gets the ball first. It would be something if Patrick Mahomes gets the ball first if it goes to overtime and beats them. That would be something.
Well, it's overtime, and if Mahomes gets the ball, it's over. Mahomes is he's not turning it over.
Yeah, and then I mean, really, I think it really could come down to the last possession, whoever gets the ball last, and either one. If you give the ball last to Tom Brady, with some time left, you're asking to lose. And if you give Mahomes any time, if you give Mahomes 20 seconds left in the game, he'll do something if he has to. But I think the Chiefs, they lost. They don't have Michael Schwartz or Mitchell Schwartz, and they just lost Eric Fisher. So I think JPP and Shaq Barrett really need to step up. One interesting thing I did see is that this Bucks team is very similar to the Giants when the Giants beat the Patriots when the Patriots went 16-0 and then almost had the undefeated season. Is the Bucks have a top tier defense that's near around, I think, what was it, like number 5? Both were number 5. They had like nearly identical records. No, not identical records. Nearly identical sack totals. think the Giants had one extra, and both teams won 3 straight road games and beat Green Bay in the NFC Championship game. I mean, that would be funny enough that Tom Brady did what happened to him, but you never know. I'll say the Buccaneers. I'll say 34-28. Tom gets the ball last and he scores.
Make sure I got this written down. Alrighty, and then the last topic, we're just going to run through this, and then it'll be the end of the episode. So, currently right now playing, we have the Pistons and 76ers, Raptors and Pacers, Hornets, Magic, Heat, Nets, and the Lakers and Cavaliers are about to tip off. Then the Nuggets versus Mavericks are playing, Celtics versus Bulls. The Celtics have Jason Tatum back tonight. Spurs versus Pelicans, Timberwolves versus Warriors, of Thunder versus
Pelicans got canceled. Spurs versus Pelicans got postponed.
I thought I took off all the postponed games. Was it an hour before tip off or something, or before tip off? They just announced. Yeah. Well, Spurs and Pelicans was postponed. Who do you think? Who are you taking tonight?
Sixers, Pacers, Magic, Nets, Lakers, Mavericks, Bulls, Warriors, Trailblazers.
I have Sixers, Pacers, Hornets, Nets, upset Cavaliers, Nuggets, Celtics because Tatum's back, Warriors, and Trailblazers. But alrighty, that's the end of the episode. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, whatever, but bye.